So 1 and 2, they're asking you to use synthetic division to figure out if something is a factor of something else. Okay? What you do is you divide the way that we have been, and you see if you get a remainder of 0, because when you get a remainder of 0, it means it factors. So on number 1, we would put -2 in the box. Put all your numbers, make sure there's nothing missing, and there isn't. Bring down our first number. Multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. We got a remainder of 0. Because we got a remainder of 0, the answer is yes, it is a factor. That's what you're looking for whenever you divide. You're looking to help you factor something. And when it's a remainder of 0, we know that things multiply to give you that. So on number 2, if I'm looking for is it a factor, I'm going to put 1 in the box. Put the numbers outside of it. Alright, bring down the first thing. Multiply, add, multiply, add. I think I did that right. Multiply, and add. You did not get a remainder of 0. Because you did not get a remainder of 0, no, it is not a factor. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for factors. You're looking for whether the remainder is 0 or not. So hopefully that's no big deal. Now, you can look at the graph to determine if something is a factor or not, instead of dividing it. And so we're going to graph that, and I'll show you what that means. Okay, so if you didn't want to do division and you just wanted to put it in Desmos, you can put this in Desmos. And we're trying to figure out if x plus 3 is a factor. Well, you found the zeros because we talked before that you can use the zeros to help you factor. -3 was one of the zeros. And there was also some other ones. Whenever you determine if x plus 3 is a factor, basically you just look to see is one of the terms the sign changed. Because if x plus 3 is a factor, then -3 must be a 0. -3 is a 0, so that means that yes, it's a factor. And so depending on what the problem says, if it says use synthetic division, if it says graph it, you can use either way when you're looking at a multiple choice kind of situation to determine if it's a factor or not. So number 4, I already have it graphed here. Here's my zeros, -2, 1/2, and 1. So my zeros were -2, 1/2, and 1. And I want to know if x minus 2 is a factor. Well, -2 is the 0, but remember when we factor it, we have to change those signs, so the answer is no, it's not a factor. So when you're doing these, either graph it, look for the zeros and change it back, or do division and see if you get 0 when you do division. Alright, one other kind of question I want to show you. Sometimes you have something like this where there's not a number in there, and it asks you to figure out what that number is. Okay? You're going to divide using synthetic division the way that we have been. So x minus 5, I put 5 in the box. And then I put these numbers out here beside of it. I'm going to put a C there for the place of that last number. Kind of weird, but it's okay. We can do that. Alright, bring down our first number. Multiply and add. 4 plus 5 is 9. Multiply and add. Multiply. I don't know what that equals. 210. And add. Here's the weird part, okay? We're going to take C and 210 and add it together. So 210 plus C. Alright, it tells me I'm supposed to get a remainder of 0. I got a remainder of 210 plus C. So whatever you get right there, you set it equal to whatever it tells you the remainder is supposed to be. And then you solve it. So I'm going to subtract 210 on both sides. And I get C is negative 210. Questions about number 5? So you divide it like we have been. At the very end, you'll get like a letter plus something or minus something. And you set that equal to the remainder. So let's look at number 6. What number goes in the box? Negative 2. Alright, and then I'll put all of our stuff. We're missing an x squared here. So let's not forget to put a 0. So we got 1, 4, 0, 2, and k. Bring down our 1. Multiply, add. Multiply, add. Multiply, add. Multiply, and then here we're going to add again. Strange thing, you're just going to put them together, k minus 20, or negative 20 plus k, whichever way you want to write it. And then you set that equal to whatever it tells you the remainder is. And then you solve it. You add 20 on both sides. And so k is 20. Yeah, k is 30 when you add 20 on both sides. Alright, we're going to put 1 in the box. And then 2, negative 3, 4, 1, and k. Bring down the 2. Multiply, add. Multiply, add. Multiply, add. Multiply. And then when we add that, it's k plus 4. And so what we know is that k plus 4 equals negative 2. So when we subtract 4 on both sides, we get k is negative